Hey everybody, hello and welcome to today's stream. Looks like it's just going to be me today. Nick's not around and looks like Eastbirds is having some issues with his sim. So we're here in Tucuman, Argentina, and today we're flying northeast up into Paraguay and we're heading up to Asuncion. It's a short flight. I think it's an hour and 4 minutes flying time, so it's going to be a quick up and down on this one. But we should be in a good position to get there. The weather's looking pretty decent, no real issues. So we'll get that going. And we will get ourselves into the aircraft and set up and ready to go. Alright. So we're cold and dark. I'm not sure if we have, well, we do have ground power, so we'll get that hooked up and turned on. And we'll go through our checks. So, parking brake is set. Flaps are retracted. Spoilers are retracted and disarmed. Weather radar is off. PWS is off. Engine masters are in cutoff. Engine mode selector is in normal. Thrust levers are at idle. And the gear lever is down and confirmed 3 green. Alright, so let's get the batteries up. External power, of course, is on. Brake pressure is where it should be. And cockpit and panel lights. So I know a lot of people have been talking about issues with the fly-by-wire doing weird things and stuff. I flew it yesterday. Same version I have right now, and it seemed fine. It's the latest development version, so I have not had an issue with it. And we'll get the overhead lights as well. There we go. But we will see how it does today. Alright, APU fire test. That's good, so we'll get the crew oxygen on. And the deer is aligning. There we go. Wing lights are on. Beacon light, stay off, that's fine. Seat belts are on. Portable devices and emergency exit lights are armed. So we'll head over to the fly pad here. We're going to get it up and running. And we'll get ourselves logged in. There we go. Flight plan in. So, still don't have our plane indicator up, which is kind of a shame. Anyway, let's see if we can get any external support going. So I don't seem to have anything outside here. So I'm going to see if this will do it from inside. If we can call them up, make them spawn. We call catering. Do we have anything? No. Alright, that's fine. We can do without. But the flight crew will start boarding. There we go. A fair number of passengers today for the flight. So annunciator lights are fine. Probe and window heats are on auto. APU is currently off. Temperatures are fine. ECAM's good. Fuel pumps are confirmed off. We'll do the fire tests. Engine 1. Engine 2. Alright, flight directors 1 and 2 now coming online. Barrow. So the weather here currently, do an update, so I got the most current one, is pretty much no wind. So there's the current barrow in the chat. So we're at 1023. Yep, no, we want to keep it on that one. So 1023 is set, and we'll put it into standby. There we go, 1023. Hey, Nick Taylor, hi, how are you? Welcome to the chat. Thank you for joining us. We'll turn up the MCDUs a little bit, just so they're a little bit brighter. Captain Maddie, good to see you. So the barrel set, EFIS is set, ARC 10, no, ARC 40 on the first officer side, no. FCU will set in a minute. And radios, we're on 122.8. Is set. So, MCUDU data. Let's start with our fuel, we'll get that working. And fuel for today's flight, we need 5,319. So we'll pop that out. 5,319 kilograms. We'll go real-time fueling. And away she goes. And now we'll drop down to the MCDU. Alright, so our flight plan is in. Our alternates in Paraguay as well. We're going up to 39,000 feet. We're not going to be there that long. 43606 is the Tropo. Pretty close. In SimBrief. We'll enter that in. We'll come over here to the MCDU now. We'll do the weather request just so we can confirm barrow setting. In the sim, performance fuel is working. 17,984 is our payload. That is correct. 171 passengers and 59.0 is our zero fuel weight. So that is perfect. Head back to our initialization and we'll enter the numbers in here. So 59.0 and 30.3. Block fuel today is 5.3. And ooh, we got a decent tailwind. That's really going to push us along. Tailwind is 72 knots today. Alright, so our departure, we're going to be flying out of Tucuman using runway 2 since there's no wind. We're going to go runway 2 and we're going to be going on the Biddy 3 Alpha departure. So we'll insert that. Now for the arrival, there's no star that comes in from the west. They're all north, south, and east. So we're just going to go straight to the last waypoint.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard. This is
and then go off from there. So we're going to be coming in.
At this time, please be sure to make sure
runway
all large carry-on items are in the overhead
20. Let me just check the wind. Yeah, winds are from the south. 20. We're going to go the ILS Zulu for runway 20.
If the overhead
no
bin is
star.
full, please make sure you close it as a courtesy to other passengers. Please double check that all your items are put away
no
so
transition.
that the aisle is clear and other passengers can make their way to their seats.
So we'll
If
just
you're
take
in
a
an
look at
emergency
that.
exit row, please read the exit seating responsibilities in the card in the seat back in front of you. If you're not able to comply with these actions,
Flight
please let
plan.
a flight attendant know so that way you can be reseated. Feel free to use your cell phones during the rest of the boarding process,
So we
but
come
we
out,
do
make
ask
that
that
turn.
laptops, tablets, and any other larger electronic devices are stowed once we depart.
So it's put its own thing, but basically we're going to go from Calum here, which is our last waypoint on the route, and we're going to self-vector. We'll probably go up to Bival and then down to Lonel, which is the initial fix for the ILS coming in. And as I said, most of the other stars come in from either up here or down in this direction, and we don't want to go farther than we have to. Okay, so that is looking good in the routing. Turn that back to 10 and go back down here. So with the flight plan set, we can go over to performance. So transition altitude out of here is going to be 6,500 feet. We're no longer way up in the mountains. It'll be flaps 1 and 0.3 down on the trim. I hope somebody gets a new flex temp calculator up and running soon. That's 132, 133, and 137. So the MCDU data is in. MCDU is checked. RadNav, don't really need anything for departure. IFR clearance will take as given. There's no ATC up in South America. Flight plan has been reviewed and is good. EFIS nav aids are set. Takeoff briefing. So I'll show you the departure. Let's bring it up here on the Navigraph. There we go. So our departure, we're here at the airport. We're going to be taking off to the north. We're going to come out around here. So no turn before 2,500 feet. That's fine. We'll hold that. And then we come around. We're going to fly out here on the Brita 3 Alpha. And off we go. And then from there, it's just a simple up to our next waypoint and basically a straight line shot to where we're going to then vector in and around and come into Asuncion. So pretty straightforward and simple today. Should not be any major issues. So fueling is almost there. We're still got the passengers boarding. Actually, since we're fueling, seatbelt signs should be off. Not that they can get out anyway, they'd have to jump pretty far. Squawk code, yeah, international standard of 7,000. Now we're just waiting for the fueling to finish. Fueling is now completed. So if we come over and check our gross weight, 643. If I look at the flight plan, 643. We are bang on with where we should be. So we're flying the standard LATAM livery for these flights. Our Walt Disney World Star Wars livery. We're going to be taxiing down this way, turning around, and then coming back. Hopefully the flight crew will get through their announcements in time. I am running the actual LATAM announcement, and it's a few minutes long, so hopefully it won't be an issue.
All tray tables and seat backs are in a full upright and locked position for departure.
Looks like they're ready to
Cabin
go.
crew, prepare cabin for departure.
Alright, so fueling's done, they're done. We can get the APU up and running. We're going to do a stand start, and then we will just wheel out and head off that way since there's nobody around us. So let's get the APU up, look for the flap open. There she is. And starting the APU. So hope you guys are doing good. We've had some pretty wild weather here. Thank God Friday. We've had weather up 28, 29 degrees so far in May, Celsius. And on Friday, it was 4 degrees. I think it got down to 3 degrees here where I am. Raining, windy, and a little bit of snow. And ice pellets thrown in for the mix. So that was a pretty miserable day. And they're talking about by the end of this coming week, we're going to be up to the high 20s and low 30s again, so it was a bit of a bizarre day on Friday. Our APU's at 100, so APU bleed will come on. There we go. We hear the fans. So APU masters on. APU is started. MCDU weights have been checked. Performance numbers are checked. 132, 137 are in the PFD. APU bleed is on. External power is now disconnected. Aircon and packs are on. That's fine. So windows and doors are all locked. We've signed the load sheet. Cockpit door is locked. Fuel pumps are on. Beacon's on. Transponder is on. TCAS is on standby and above. Let's see, is it there? We'll do a pushback just so that we're not in the way of the... We don't want to hit the truck with our engine.
Cockpit to ground.
Go ahead, flight deck.
We are ready for pushback and
It
engine
should
start.
start instantly.
Roger. Release the parking brakes, please.
Parking brakes released.
Yeah, there
Push
we
it
go.
back.
Well, don't waste it, Nick. You only get 3 or 4 a year, so enjoy it. Alright, so he's now out of the way.
You're clear behind, and you can start your
Ladies and
engines
gentlemen,
at your
please
discretion.
direct your attention to the screen for an important safety demonstration. Thank you for flying with us.
Pushback
Estimados
complete. Set
pasajeros, es
parking
un placer
brakes,
tenerlos
please.
a bordo de la TAM. Por su
Parking
seguridad y
brake
confort
set.
solicitamos
Roger.
poner atención a las
Okay,
instrucciones
veto
de
bar is
seguridad de
disconnected
este
and the
vuelo.
equipment
Ladies
is
and
clear.
gentlemen,
We will
it's a
see
pleasure
you
to
in the
have
left
you on
side
board
of
La
the
TAM.
pin.
For
Thanks,
your
and you can
safety
disconnect and go to hand
comfort,
signals.
please
Speeds are
change
on.
the
Have a good
safety
flight. See you
instructions
later.
for this
Fuel pumps are on.
Por favor, acompáñenos.
Starting engine number 1.
Please join us. Guarde el equipaje de mano en el compartimiento superior o bajo el asiento de adelante. Stow your carry-on baggage in the overhead compartment or underneath the seat in front of you. Pasillos, salidas de emergencia en primera fila deben estar libres de equipaje. Aisles, emergency exits, and the first row must be kept clear of luggage. Ajuste su cinturón de
Listen to the
seguridad cada
engine
vez que la
start up.
señal se ilumine. Fasten your seatbelt whenever the seatbelt sign is illuminated.
There, go turn the seatbelt sign back
Para
on.
abrocharlo, inserte la punta de metal en la hebilla y ajústelo tirando la correa. Para abrirlo, levante la tapa de la hebilla. To fasten it, insert the metal clip into the buckle and tighten it by pulling on the loose end of the strap.
So we can hear the
lift the top part of the
PTUs
buckle. Le
come out.
recomendamos mantener su cinturón de seguridad abrochado y visible durante todo el vuelo, aunque la señal esté apagada. We also recommend to keep your seatbelt fastened and visible throughout the flight, even when the fastened seatbelt sign is off. Los pasajeros deben cumplir con las instrucciones de la tripulación, letreros y señales luminosas. Passengers must follow all instructions given by crew members, signs and lights. Está prohibido fumar a bordo, inclusive cigarrillos electrónicos. Manipular los detectores de humo en los baños está prohibido por ley. Smoking on board is forbidden. This also includes
they're very
electronic
quiet
cigarettes.
now.
Tampering with smoke detectors in lavatories is prohibited by law. Dispositivos electrónicos,
Wish they were a little bit
incluyendo
louder.
celulares, pueden
They
ser usados
talked
durante
about
todo
putting
el
an
vuelo
option
siempre
in
que
that
estén en
you
modo
could
avión. Electronic devices, including cell phones, may be used throughout the flight in airplane mode only.
Oh, there it is. PTU audible and cockpit unrealistic. Yeah,
Dispositivos de mayor tamaño como
We'll leave it the way it
computadores
is.
personales deben estar apagados y guardados durante rodaje, despegue y aterrizaje.
Alright, we got a good
While
start on
taxiing,
engine 1.
takeoff and landing,
Engine
larger
2.
devices such as personal computers must
there she goes. They just purchased the full game and still can't play it. What? I thought you had it. I don't understand. I'm wondering if that faulty update, you might have to do a complete reload of the sim. I don't know. I don't know how the store works, unfortunately. I didn't get mine through the store. I got mine through Steam, so I know if you get a hold of Nick, he's done a couple reinstalls of his as he's cleaned up his computer, so he might be able to help, but fortunately the Xbox store and all that stuff is something I'm not too familiar with.
Salvavidas debajo de su asiento o bajo el
Alright,
apoyabrazo
so both
central.
engines are up and running. Igniter
Retírelo
will
de
go
la
back to
bolsa.
normal.
Páselo sobre su cabeza. Abroche la
Bleeds
cinta en la
off.
parte delantera y ajústela a la
APU's
cintura.
off. So,
Al salir del avión,
anti-ice is not
inflelo
required.
tirando la manilla roja o soplando por la boquilla.
Auto
A
brake.
life vest can be found underneath your seat or below the central armrest. Remove it from the bag, slip it over your head. Fasten the
brake
belt at
maximum.
the front and adjust it at the waist.
Spoilers are armed. Flaps
As you
1.
leave the aircraft, inflate your vest by pulling on the red handle
Again,
or blowing
anti-ice
into
not
the tube.
required. Flight
Una luz
controls.
se activa al contacto con el agua. A light will turn on upon contact with the water.
Left, right,
Si la
neutral.
cabina pierde presión, máscaras
Forward,
caerán automáticamente
back,
sobre su asiento. If the
neutral,
cabin loses pressure, masks will automatically
right,
drop down from
neutral.
above your seat. Tome la máscara, colóquela sobre su nariz y boca, deslice la banda elástica alrededor de su cabeza.
Yeah, I don't know if
ajústela
you'd
y
have
respire
to
normalmente. Coloque su propia
do an
máscara antes de
uninstall and
asistir
then
a niños u
reinstall the
otras
full thing,
personas.
but I don't know.
Pull the mask toward you, place it over your
pitch
nose and
trim.
mouth. Secure the elastic band behind your head
0.3
and breathe
down.
normally. Put on your
Rudder
own
is
mask
indicating
first before
centered
assisting
and
children
rudder
or
is
others.
centered.
En
Steering
caso de
pin
requerir mayor información, lo invitamos a leer
has
nuestra
been
tarjeta con
removed.
información de seguridad ubicada en el bolsillo frente a usted. If you need more information,
Runway
you are
turn
welcome
off.
to take a look
Taxi
at our
lights are
safety
on.
information card located at the seat
And
pocket
we are
in
ready
front
to
of you.
taxi.
Gracias por su atención y disfrute su vuelo con
The
la-
IFE,
Thank you
couple
for your
cartoons. It's a
attention
very
and
short
enjoy your
flight,
flight
so
with LATAM.
no time for a movie. But I got a couple cartoons we will be watching. TO config. We are good, and we'll ding the cabin now. Since we're not going to have much space for them. Tucuman traffic, TAM 5556, taxiing to runway 02. Not that there's anyone in the area. I did get some new movies the other day, so on longer flights we'll have some new movies to watch, and I got some new cartoons. So starting after today, we'll be starting to look at some new cartoons. Hopefully, no copyright issues with them. Alright, so taxiing down here on Alpha. We're going to stop, do our checks, turn on all our lights, and we'll head down. Nick, he was saying that he got it from the Microsoft Store. He was working on, I guess it's the Game Pass on a monthly. But in Discord, he sent me a message about he had an issue with an update or something wrong, and he hasn't been able to start the sim since. And now that he's like bought the full thing, it's still not working. So he might have to do a reinstall. I'm not sure. I have no experience with the store stuff. Okay, so the cabin crew is notified the cabin is ready. Exterior lights are all coming on. Taxi to takeoff, strobes are on, wing lights are on, seatbelts are on, portable devices are on. Anti-ice not required, packs are on, TCAS is TARA and tilt above. Weather is on, PWS is on. Weather mode is weather plus turbulence, and takeoff memo, no blue. All right. Tucuman traffic, TAM 5556, taxi out onto runway 02, backtracking for the turnaround at Tucuman. So one of the cool things about flying in South America, not only different landscapes and everything, but the mountains and the weather have made it kind of interesting. We've had some good flights so far. I think we're only about halfway through our trip. Taxi down to the end. It is an 11,000 foot runway. Not sure what the remaining length would be. They give it? No, they don't give it on the chart. This flight is Argentina to Paraguay. Turn around now. Alrighty. There we go. So brakes are set. Engine's coming up to 50%. Tucuman area traffic, TAM 5556, departing runway 02 to the east. Alright, brakes are released. Away we go. Takeoff power set. Airspeed's alive. knots. And rotate. Positive rate, you're up. Thrust. Autopilot on. We're just going to go right up to 39,000 feet. Through S speed, so flaps come into 1. Over 2,500, so we could make the turn. And we're now heading out to Britis, or Bitis. I think it's got a bit of a high climb speed below 10,000 feet. I mean, we're doing 4,000 feet per minute. Not that I'd mind in the back, but it's a bit much for passengers, I think. It's an Argentinian farmland, well known for their cattle herds and beef and all that type of stuff. So not surprising, there's huge swaths of farmland out here. Feet we are through, so we can go over to standard pressure.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now passed 10,000 feet. You may now turn on your larger portable electronic devices. This is also a reminder to please keep your seatbelt fastened.
There's 10,000 feet, so we'll turn off all these extraneous lights.
This aircraft is equipped with onboard Wi-Fi. If you wish to connect to the Wi-Fi, you'll be
we'll turn
directed
off
to a
the
page
seatbelt sign in the
small
back.
for internet access.
Everything's
You
looking
offer
good up above.
complimentary in-flight TV thanks to our partners. Connect to the Wi-Fi and you'll be able to access our wide range of free live TV and paid movies library. The flight crew has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign. You can now get up and move around the cabin. However, we ask that you keep your seatbelt fastened when you enter the case of unexpected turbulence.
Alright, we are off and away. Yeah, Eastbirds, I hope you get that figured out. It's very annoying. So we've got 3 cartoons lined up for today. Once we get up a bit higher, we can take a look at them. So take a look at our company message quickly. 023 is fine. 021. I know I miss seeing the KLM colors. Yeah, the weather looks good at our destination. Just checking it, comparing it to the live weather. We go. Seem to be running into a bit of a cloud deck here. Now our destination is reporting Cav okay, so ceiling and visibility okay. So it shouldn't be too cloudy there. Is what it's reporting at the moment. So once we make the turn at Bits, we'll relax in the back, get the IFE up and running, take a look at the first of the offerings for today. Can't remember what I've put in there. I think it's going to be a short flight. What I do want to look at, though, is I want to get us down to 5,000 feet at Cologne. So if I go to performance and I sync our current altitude and I say I want to be at 5,000 feet will give us our distance for our descent. And then come down here, we'll go to our progress. KALOM. There's our distance to the waypoint. 350. So it's going to be about 100 miles out. So we've got about 250 miles until we start our descent. So I'm thinking about doing a world tour. I'm really looking forward to PMPG's or PMDG's DC6. I think we've been discussing it in the chat on the Discord for EasyJet Sim Pilot. But I've got a route. About 3 or 4 hour legs, so I'm thinking about live streaming it. Be kind of something different. Hey Maxim, how are you doing today? It's definitely got an overcast out here. So while we're climbing up, if you haven't already, if you would do me the kindness of subscribing and hitting the like button and all that neat stuff. Try to do a couple live streams a week, couple videos a week. Everything from low and slow general aviation flights to, well, I'll be doing some more fighter jet trainer flights, but airliners and all kinds of stuff. Just flying in general, having fun. Alright, so 25,000 feet, we're making the turn, we're now en route. I think things are pretty stable and looking good, so breaking the clouds there. Let's jump into back. Fire up the first. We'll talk to you in a bit.
Okay. Well, sweet pea, we're going to the zoo.
Don't let us get scared.
Oh, I'll take good care of them. Don't worry about that. Zoodly-oo.
Remember, don't frighten him. What am I? Oh.
starting our in-flight service. We will be serving complimentary drinks and snacks. Please look into the feedback for our list of complimentary and premium drinks. Premium drinks are available for a small charge. Please note that we only accept credit cards.
Remember that curiosity killed the cat. Curiosity. Curiosity is just that. The little cat had 9 lives, it's true, but only one life was given to you, so it isn't so wise to snoop. Remember that curiosity killed the cat.
There you go. How's that for timing? Just about to start our descent. Get rid of the VFR map. Basically straight line. We want, I'll go about 115 miles out because I am going to be increasing the speed a little bit. So we got about 11 miles to go, 12 miles to go. And we'll start down. Like I said, it's a short flight. But I have got the restock for the IFE ready to go when we do some longer ones. Typically need about an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours to get some good good length for movies in. So this is the down there, the Rio Bermejo. It's a river. And then out this side, I'm not sure if we can see it. Kind of way off in the distance is the Rio Parana, although my pronunciation is Spanish and that is probably horrendous. Well, I know it's horrendous. Alright, so we're going to start down. We set 2,000 feet per minute. That's about a 3 degree, or just over a 3 degree downslide. And we're going to go up to 270 knots. And that's what we'll hold all the way down. While we're doing our descent here, we'll come down and just check our rad nav.
To assist with customs at our destination, flight attendants will begin handing out forms momentarily. Please review and complete these forms and keep them with you for presentation upon arrival.
So there's no VORs or anything, and 109.5 is what we want in the ILS. We're going to do a quick weather request, and then we'll enter that information in. And then we'll have our descent in. Oh, so it's a known issue there, Eastwards. Okay, well, hopefully you get a quick resolve on it. You can get yourself sorted out there. Alright, so let's take a look at the weather. So, about an hour ago, 170.11, ceiling visibility are okay, 19 degrees, and 1021. So we'll go into our performance, we'll enter that information in. I'll need to go around. So 1021 in the barrow, temperature of 19 degrees. Winds are 170 at 11. We're going to be landing on runway 20, so we're good there. Transition altitude, really 3,000 feet. Okay, that's pretty low. It's 3,000 feet. And straight Cat 1 ILS, so it's going to be 449 feet on the barrel. And 2021. So blues will come over here. I'm going to kick this up to 270. Down to the standby. Uh, 021. And just quickly dial it in here. And there we go. We are on our descent down. Pink and a blue movie. Oh, God. Yeah, we don't need that anymore, so we can go back. You can see the clouds have cleared up. There's that band of overcast that we've now flown past. So it should be good weather on our approach. slight wind. Well, slight right crosswind. Not really constraints. Terrain is fairly flat on all 4 quadrants. Basically, it is saying your MSA is 3,000 feet. We're going down to 5,000, and then we'll do a vectored in approach. It's pretty simple on the missed approach. It's looking pretty good. Our intercept altitude is 1900, and the airport itself has a 11,000 foot runway. So terrain's not an issue, weather's not an issue, runway length is not an issue, and airport altitude's not an issue, because we have had that in the past. Eastbirds will tell you all about it when we flew into La Paz at was it 13,200 and something feet. That was an interesting one. Actually, you can go below, well, not ground level. Yeah, 0 ground level is bad, but you can go below 0 sea level. There's an airport in, I think it's Death Valley. It's the lowest airport in the world. It's something like 400 feet below sea level or something like that. 300 feet below sea level. It's also apparently really hot there in the summer. Like, well, Fahrenheit it'd be up in the 140s, 130s, which is ridiculously hot. Collided with the seabed. You can get stuck doing that, can't you? It's soft ground and that. I know that sometimes you can set her down gently on it if you're playing the hide and seek game, but yeah, to strike it, you can get embedded in there, and then the suction factor and the mud and stuff can keep you in. Where are we? 25,000? Alright, I think it's time for everybody in the back to start finishing up what they're doing.
Ladies and gentlemen, the flight crew has turned on the fasten seatbelt sign. Please return to your seats and fasten your seatbelt.
Yeah, Wayne, I think it's either in Arizona or New Mexico. Not 100% sure. Let's see where it is. Yeah, it's in Arizona. That's the main one anyway. It's at Davis-Monthan Air Force Base in Arizona. Apparently they have nearly 4,400 aircraft on 2,600 acres of land. They have? Oh, that's interesting. You might have to do a flight out there and see if I can do a little sightseeing trip out to the boneyard in the helicopter. Yeah, having a good time flying the Bell 47. Actually managed to film yesterday the Honolulu Waikiki flight, so that's good. Still working on that Disneyland, Tokyo Disney. I mean, it looks really good from the pictures. I really like to do it. I know they've got a lot of aircraft there that they kind of wrap up and store. I remember reading a book many years ago. They were filming a World War II movie back in the 60s. And that's where they went. And they had 7 days to get like 5 B-17s out and up and running. And they actually did it. And they flew them to Europe for the movie. Let's keep that speed down a little bit. I don't want to be going too fast over 270. So we're basically going to head out to Val and then come in. So pretty straightforward approach. And the clouds have definitely cleared. Minimal spoilers to maintain our speed. That way the engines aren't working. So this is through 18,000. And we're well east of the Andes Mountains, so we're in a pretty flat area here. $16,000. See, when the METAR's only got like one line of information, it's pretty good bet there's not a lot going on there. So we're going to go into heading mode now. I'm just going to hold this heading. Use it as we go through that final waypoint and head out towards Val. We've got to be 3,000 feet there, so 5,000, and that's an arbitrary number I just set, knowing that we have to get down. I'd say the clouds are looking very nice. And loving the fact that all these clouds are not showing up on the weather radar. Just precipitation now, the way it should be. Now the only thing they gotta fix is the fact that they have a 360-degree weather sweep. And the weather radar is just in the front of the airplane. And it only does about a 120-degree, 140-degree angle off the front, I think. It shouldn't be doing the full 360. But baby steps. It depends where you go, Wayne. I was in Montana years ago on a bike trip, and the speed limit was 70. So depends where you are. Some highways, big highways, you'll find them at 65. I think the national speed limit's 55 for highways, but the states can up it or lower it. So depending on where you go, you can still. There are still. I think there's one place where they've got 80 and the roads are like dead straight. I mean, Canada, it's only 100 kilometers, which is what, 62 miles an hour. Even though our roads were built for about 120. Because I think they used to be, before they went metric, they were 70 miles an hour. And then Canada went metric and they put the speed limit at 100 kilometers, which was 62. So they tried to slow everything down. Nobody does it. The average speed on our highways here is like 115. So, generally speaking, the cops won't even pull you over unless you're doing over 120.
We have begun our final descent into your destination. Flight attendants will be passing through the cabin to collect any trash one final time.
Alright, there's 10,000 feet. Landing lights.
Please also store any carry-on items,
And
either
taxi
in the back
lights
pocket or under the seat tendency. Please
are
complete
on.
all Wi-Fi related tasks and stow any larger
Landing
electronics.
systems coming online. No nav aids to worry about because there are none. Yeah, Florida, depending on where you are, yeah. Germany, oh yeah. I did 190 on the Autobahn near Munich in Germany, and then I backed off because I was getting a little nervous. And while doing 190, I think it was in the center lane, or one of the center lanes, I was passed by a couple Ferraris doing about 250. So, and I just, my mile count now was going like in this thing to my exit, and I was like, oh, this is too fast. So, we should be slowing down. See, you guys got me chatting away here, and I'm blowing through my speed limits. Some of them do. Some of them are still unrestricted. Some of them are only unrestricted at certain times. So it depends what part of Germany and which Autobahn you're actually on. Let's get that. Full spoilers. Start getting that speed down. We wanted to go down to 3,000 now. And then we can ease up slightly, and that'll help us slow down. So I'm blaming you guys for busting the speed limit. Oh, forest. Nice. So lots of rivers and water out here. Dried rivers. Yeah, Eastwards is upset he has no flight sim today, so he's trying to get me in trouble. Terrain radar. We're not really going to need it. It's flat here. It's just an old habit from the old weather with all the clouds, but turn it off. Not going to need it. Speed's coming down. We'll go. Oh, it's already put us in approach phase. Okay. Didn't think it would do it yet because the decel point's still a bit further ahead, but that's fine. The thing I like Eastwards is that during rush hour they open up the shoulders as extra lanes. I noticed that around Munich. The signs were there for them. And I asked somebody and they said, yeah, they open the shoulders up so they get 2 extra lanes in rush hour. Pretty cool idea. There's 3,500. Airport elevation is 290 feet. Yeah, I've done a lot of driving in the UK. I spent a lot of time out in the West Midlands area, south of Manchester, out near the Welsh border, and there's nothing like driving at 50 miles an hour on a one-lane road with 6-foot hedgerows twisting through the mountains of Wales. That makes it exciting. All right. Speed brake is armed. We're going to go auto brakes 1. Let's see what we got for high speeds. Well, no. Halfway down we got... Halfway down? Yeah, we got taxiway Charlie halfway down. We'll try to aim for. Alright, so we'll go over to standard pressure now. Let's get ourselves back down to 3,000 feet. Go under it. Just control yourself, airplane. We're a little low, a little early, but it's all good. A lot of trees down here. Well, it will cause problems when if nobody's used to it. It's something different, and it kind of gets everybody's attention. Yeah, the problem is these things install in multiple folders, so that's why I'm thinking there may be a file somewhere that's kind of hanging around and it's causing issues, but it may be something on the server end which thinks that no, you can't download it because you've already got it. I'm not sure. Alright, so we're getting close to where we want to go. Picking up the ILS. 17 miles out. Airport's out that way, and it is pretty flat. I wonder if there's any way to tell the store that you've uninstalled it. I don't know. Again, I know Nick's done a couple reinstalls since it's been released, so he might be one to point you in the right direction, or at least give you some tips. So we're gonna have 090. Start slowing down. We weren't in approach phase. From when I entered the information in. My mistake. Anyway, we're slowing down now. The next altitude we are going for is 1900. Our minimum descent altitude after Lonell is 1,000 feet, so we'll be almost double that. I was annoyed that I had to sign into Xbox to get a handle to use it, even though I downloaded it from Steam. I've only had to ever reset my login once. It looked like a lot of people were having that issue, so. But for guys that actually run it off of there, I have no idea. Alright, here we go, 150-ish. I'll go. Whoa, that's not where I wanted to go. Yeah, 150 is good. We'll start down. Alright.
$2,500.
Turn to 160 now. So 70. Trying to get us in on that Lonell waypoint. Alright, 180. Should be good. There we go. $190 coming in. We have the localizer 14 miles out. Should get the glide slope shortly. There's the glide slope. .210 knots. Approach mode is now armed. 12 miles out. Leave the cabin. Very low approach into this airport. Never run with Microsoft ATC in game. It is horrendous. Alright, we're making a turn. We're 10 miles out. Flaps 1. And I have the airport in sight. Also looking forward to getting back into the CRJ. They've really done a improvement on it and fixed the ILS capture and everything, so we'll try that again. Uh-oh. Yeah, don't upset Nightbot, Wayne. Not sure what you typed, because I can't see it. Actually, I probably can see it. You just do a quick look. Looks like the word bloody is in the blacklist. I don't know why exactly. I'll have to take a look at that list and remove it. Anyway, flaps 2. So, sorry about that, Wayne. Nightbot gets a little overzealous sometimes. I don't know why he did it for the word bloody. I'm not sure why it goes back and deletes all the messages. I don't know. 5 miles out. Gear going down. Gear down 3 green. Yeah, it comes with a preset blacklist of words it'll ban people for, and I did go quickly through it once, but I'm gonna have to go through it again because obviously I missed a couple that are really basic that I don't have an issue with. Okay, there's 4 miles, flap 3. Yeah, well now you're upsetting robots, so. Who knew they were so sensitive? And flaps full. So flaps full, spoilers armed, gear down 3 green, auto brake set, and cabin's notified, lights are on. 1,000 feet to go. Localizer is on. Glide slope is on. Beautiful day here today in Paraguay. It's looking real nice.
500.
Mr. Approach Altitude, you're asking me on the last minute. You're like ATC coming in and telling me to contact them. Mr. Approach Altitude is 3,000 feet. I know I haven't dialed it in. I rarely go Mr. Approach. I think I had to do it once. Well, we did it at La Paz.
Minimum.
Yeah. Landing. $100.
50. 40. 30. 20. 10.
Stay on the runway. Stay on the runway. And we're down. Reversers are on. Auto brakes on. Knots. Reversers off. Auto brakes disengaged. Manual braking. Now reversers are off.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have reached our destination. The local time is 11:38
Come on,
a.m.
flight crew.
and
We're
it's
in
currently
Paraguay.
about 21 degrees Celsius. You can now use your mobile devices. Please remain seated until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the seatbelt sign is turned off. Remember to use caution when opening the overhead bins, as items may have shifted during the flight. If this is your final destination, we thank you for flying with us.
Alright, so
If you're
speed
making
brake
a
is
connection,
disarmed.
we encourage you to
Flaps
check your
coming up.
itinerary to ensure a smooth continuation of
Radar
the
off. PWS is off. Transponder is off. And TCAS set to TARA. Landing lights are off. Strobes coming off. Overhead's off. I'm going to fire up the APU just in case. And we'll taxi into the gate. Yeah, small drift. I should have recovered that earlier. She was drifting on autopilot. But like they say, as long as she comes down on the pavement, I'm all good with it. So eSpurts, look at this, eh? This is what it looks like landing at an airport with an actual terminal instead of just a gate sticking out in the middle of nowhere. Alright. You got weird taxi lines here. They're actually on the chart as well, which makes it kind of interesting. We're going to go for this one here. What happens when I start chatting with people in the chat and I kind of start to lose focus on what I'm doing. Oop, didn't want to brake all the way down. That seems to be a little far out for me. Yeah, we don't have external power, so I'm going to roll forward until that external power comes on. Keep an eye on up here. Yes, no, maybe. There we go. We have external power. So brakes are on. Nav aids are all coming off. Flight directors are off. FCU is reset. Auto thrust is disengaged. NDs are reset to 10. Arc and clear. Ground power is available. APU, I'll shut it off. Engine Master 2 off. Engine Master 1 off. Logbook open. Give us the option to tell it not to do that, please. Fuel pumps all off. Engines winding down. Taxi lights off. Beacon lights off. Seatbelt signs are off, and that's off. Transponder and the cockpit door. Roger, go say goodbye to our guests, please. There we go. Should get the jetway over too, I guess. Let the people get off the airplane. There we go. Yeah, I know, Sunday, popular day for flying. Anyway, that is us here in Paraguay. Hope you enjoyed the flight. It was a short one. A couple cartoons on the way. Beautiful weather and I call it a decent landing here in, how do you pronounce it? Asuncion? In Paraguay. So, glad you could join us. We will see you guys on the next one. Bye for now.